Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Hey science lovers, Bill Nye the Science Guy here, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of bones. We're going to explore the anatomy of long bones, unravel the mysteries of an osteon, and learn about the various types of bone in our body. Let's get started. So, long bones. Like the one in your legs and arms, they are incredible structures. They're not just hard and lifeless. They're dynamic and full of life. Deep inside these bones, we find the bone marrow, if I were to cut this open, where blood cells are produced. It's like a bustling factory inside your body, constantly working to keep you healthy and strong. Let's delve into the anatomy of these masterpieces. At the end of each side of the bone, you have the epiphyses, which contain the spongy bone on the ends here. Then in the middle here, the shaft, you have the diaphysis, which is made of compact bone, which is nice and hard. In the center of the diaphysis, if I were to cut this open again, there would be a cavity in here called the medullary cavity, which houses red or yellow marrow, depending on the age of the person. Babies typically have red marrow in their bones, and adults have yellow. On the outside, like the plastic wrap around a ham, circa Jacob, it's like a waxy coating. You have the periosteum along the diaphysis, which helps protect the bone, and then you have articular cartilage, which helps, lubricate joints, protect joints as well. And then right here, towards where like the epiphysis connects to the diaphysis, you have the epiphyseal plates or discs, and these are what allow bone growth, like when you become like a teenager and you start getting those growth pains. That's what's changing right there. Boom. So now, let's zoom in and explore the microscopic world of an osteon. So, picture this. An osteon is the most basic structure of bone. It's like a little city here. Looks like a little circle. In the middle here, you got the Haversian canal, which has got veins and arteries and nerves running through it, and these different colors to represent this. Ooh. That's a vein, and then we got nerves, because I guess that's what nerves are. So osteons are like little cities here. So they're arranged in little discs. Around you have little streets called lamellae. Kind of run in little rings like this. On these lamellae, you have little houses that we call lacunae. They're like little squares that run around. And then in the lacunae, you have the actual bone cells themselves, which are the little osteons in here. And these these little bone cells, they're not all solitary. They gotta contact each other. So we got little telephone poles that run from from lacunae to lacunae, and they help them interact with one another to help send impulses. And these are called canaliculi. I'll spell that out, that's the one. I don't even know. It's close enough. I may be Bill Nye, but I'm not that smart. Can you believe this intricate structure provides strength and support to your bones? So in one bone, you have all these little osteons just chilling out, like so. And then they each have their own osteocytes with lamellae and lacunae in them. And then these lamellae are actually kind of stacked on each other, and they run fibers down. and they usually run in different directions. So that way the bone can resist torsional forces. So that way you can't just like twist your arm off. So there's not just one type of bone, like the typical long bone here, which I showed you earlier. There's a femur. They come in all kinds of sizes. Like here's one of your ankle bones, or a tarsal. It's called a short bone. And typically the way the compact and spongy bone, which I'll get to later, is comprised kind of the same way as a long bone. It's just, pretty rectangular. And then you have flat bones. There's actually a shoulder blade or a scapula. And the way the compact and spongy bone is comprised in here is like it's like a little sandwich. So you have compact bone, spongy bone. And then here we got the suckers who don't belong. Irregular. This is a vertebrae. That's what you find in your spine. And these vary widely because our skeleton has got to be super specialized to help, things such as your spinal cord. And then these bones, the way they're structured, kind of like what I showed earlier, is what you have the osteons all together. Like, let's just imagine this is one part of the bone. And then in here, there's like a little canal. We have more osteons around. And then this is like a little canal. This is what supplies like the main blood supply throughout the blood. Or you have like blood through here, and then you have like the marrow in the middle, which either is red marrow, which helps with hematopoiesis, which is where you make blood, or I don't have a yellow marker. You have yellow marrow, which helps you store fat within your body, so that way when you're an adult, you're not just super plump.
And what is that canal called, Bill Nye?
That is the medullary cavity right here.
Yep.
That's what I said earlier. So as I said earlier, we have two main types of bone. We got compact, which you can kind of see right here. It's not super perfect. And then we have spongy. And spongy is where you would find a lot of the marrow in a bone. This is termed typically like the epiphyses of like a long bone. And to show it better, compact bone is more like if you were to look at it, let's do like a cross section. So long bone. That's really proportionate. So at the ends here, you would have like spongy bone that runs like this. Same with this side over here. And compact bone. Compact bone is normally pretty solid. You don't really see any difference. But with spongy bone, you have these little like cross sections here. And like as Majio said, like Alex Trebek, you got Trebek, which like run through and allow you to have marrow within the bone to where you can actually like, produce blood and not, die of blood loss. So there you have it, folks. Bones are remarkable structures, each with its unique features and functions. They support us, protect our vital organs, and enable us to move and thrive. Ooh. Remember, the next time you take a step or lift something heavy, thank your bones for their incredible work. Stay curious, stay scientific, and until next time, this is Bill Nye the Science Guy, signing off.